So it's about 10:35 at night, somewhere around there. I've just put Maddie down. She's in the bed after I got done reading her a book. Charlotte had her alone time watching her shows, doing her thing.
Oh my gosh. What's about to happen? She's just gonna go show up at his house? Why didn't you not care like 2 weeks ago?
She can watch whatever show she wants. I don't judge her. That's her alone time. Charlotte usually puts Luca down on the couch. Now they're all in the room, they're asleep. And now this is my time to be alone. But I'm not here to talk about my nighttime routine, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to talk about my morning routine, because they have not been easy as of late. And I've had to do some adjusting from my last morning routine that I used to do. And that's why this video is sponsored by Grove, to show you how I have a strong morning routine. It isn't essential for my house to be clean. Like, I legit cannot function if my house is dirty, especially now during quarantine since we're in the house all day. And that's why I'm grateful for Grove for sponsoring today's video, because now I can have my house spot clean everywhere in the house and I ain't gotta worry about nothing. And what also was cool was that Grove is a certified B Corporation. They're recognized as a business doing good for people, for animals, the community, and the planet, and I absolutely love them. By 2025, every product that Grove makes will be plastic free, which is huge for our environment and especially the people that we love.
Morning, Dad.
Good morning, baby. How did you sleep?
Good.
Good. You gonna help Daddy clean later?
Yeah.
Okay.
But this happened.
I don't know what that is. Don't touch it. Ew, don't touch it. Now, prior to having Grove products in my house, I was cleaning the house, but I felt nowhere as efficient and as good as I do now that I have Grove in my household. Since being quarantined, I put a heavy emphasis on making sure that the house stays clean. It kind of just drives me crazy if the house is dirty, and I think it takes a toll on my mental health, to be honest with you, because things just seem discombobulated, out of order, and I've been able to stay on top of cleaning more than I ever have before with Grove. And I'm deep cleaning in places that I usually won't, because I trust the products. They're plant-based, it's sustainable, and they're free of harmful chemicals. They're just amazing. Wanna help Daddy clean?
Yes, please.
Okay.
This is mine.
So in all, Grove is an absolutely amazing company. We're cleaning the house, aka me. Well, Charlotte's doing her part too. But we're cleaning the house, getting things done, and we're trying to just stay healthy, clean, and safe with everything that's going on in the world. And yeah, we absolutely love Grove, and I highly, highly recommend that you check them out, because they have something for really everything. So if you go to my description and click on the link that Grove provided for me, when you sign up, you will get a free gift. So that's even more of a reason to sign up for Grove. So being quarantined has not been easy at all, but it has been a lot easier when we keep the house clean and safe. And that's all thanks to Grove. Now, prior to this new morning routine, I was getting up at 4:15 to be up at 4:30, which was just, again, it was dumb. See, when I played football, I had to get up at 4:30 in the morning every day to do morning workouts. Now, on this transition from football to fatherhood, I realized the whole football, waking up in the morning, grinding, do all that stuff, it don't work. Even though I was going to bed at 9 o'clock, it wasn't going well, because when I would go to bed at 9, Charlotte would be up with the kids so I can get my rest. And it just wasn't fair, because she wasn't getting her alone time. She wasn't able to take care of her mental health. And I was like, okay, I gotta stop doing this, because Charlotte is taking a lot of the weight at the end. And as a husband, you know what I'm saying? Can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Gotta step in there. You know what I'm saying? And me and Charlotte wasn't spending our quality time together. So first things first, I stopped waking up to an alarm clock. Now I know this isn't something that is a luxury for everybody, but in my field of work, I can wake up when I want. I wake up when my body feels rested, because there's no telling what time I fall asleep. Sometimes I wake up at 6, sometimes I wake up at 3, sometimes I wake up at 2, 7, but I never sleep past 8 o'clock, and that's good for me to know in my own head. Now, some people on the other hand, aka Charlotte, that girl will sleep till 1 or 2 o'clock if I don't wake her up. So, you know what I'm saying? You gotta pay attention to your body clock and understand how you work. Charlotte got some work to do, because she's just a lot. I started to wake up and just do things that made sense for the body and for the mind and for my spirit. So now I wake up in the mornings and I do yoga, but not the traditional yoga like we know in America. So I started to do some research about yoga, and I came across this video called Why Yoga by this guy named Sadhguru.
Why yoga? So yoga is a system. It may also leave you somewhat transformed.
And it's called Oopah yoga. When you sleep, there's lubricant in your joints that kind of need to be lubricated when you wake up. So there's different movements that you do to kind of awaken your body and wake it up to feel alert and to feel alive. Because, you know, like most of us, well, probably not y'all, but me, I was getting up and I was just going ham. I wasn't even waking up my body. So I wake up and I do Oopah yoga, and it has been life-changing for me. So essentially, it's directional movement. I'm doing all these different movements in my joints. I'm doing it now. And I'm waking up my body, and this really kind of flushes my body and gets me going. And I'm telling you, this has been an absolute game changer for me. So the movements are pretty much hitting all the major joints in your body. So usually I get up and I start with some breathing, and then it starts from my wrist. I go sideways, I go up, I go down, and I go above my head, and that's the first one. And then after the wrist, I do my knees. Now, my knees and my ankles have a bunch of problems from football, you know what I'm saying? So this is really good for me. But I'm basically just rotating my knees counterclockwise and clockwise, and I'm telling you, you really feel like the juices flowing in your joints. For me, especially when I do my knees. So after your knees, you go to your spine. Now, when I first saw this exercise, I was like, okay, I don't really know how this works. But I did it, and I was like, dog, this is probably my favorite one, because I'm basically like stretching out my spine and like getting the juices like going in there. You know what I'm saying? You really do feel it, especially when you stand up. It's like this flush. I don't know, it's super hard to explain. You should definitely try it. So after the spine, then you do your neck. So you move your neck in all different directions. You rotate it, you go from side to side, you go up and back. And this is where you kind of feel like this feeling of like, you just feel it go to like your brain. Like you feel like you can like the energy or like the juices just fly to your head. I don't know, it just feels really, really good. Like way better than anything I've ever done wake up in the morning. Now, part of Oopah yoga is meditating. Now you can choose to do some like meditation and sitting and breathing in between each direction of movement. I kind of sit and pause between the direction of movement, and I'll also sit at the end and I do some breathing and I meditate. Now, when it comes to meditating, I'm very careful with this word, because meditating can mean a bunch of different things. You all know that I'm a follower of Jesus, and meditating can kind of get thrown around in a bunch of different ways because it comes from different cultures. But the Bible talks about meditating. It talks about meditating on God's word. It talks about meditating, you know, on your thoughts. Don't quote me for that. I'm terrible at reciting Bible verses. But I meditate, and I kind of focus on like the breathing and my thoughts for the day, and just being positive and being in the moment. So after my blissfulness of Oopah yoga, it's kind of when my work day starts. I kind of get up and start realizing some things that I got to do for work. Now, like I said, I don't sleep past 8 o'clock. And I know that Maddie wakes up around 7:30, 7:45. So if I wake up at 6, I have a little bit more time to do my Oopah yoga and get some work done. And then if I wake up at 3 or 2 or 4 or whatever, then I have a bunch of time to do a lot of things. Now this morning I woke up around like 6:30, 6:45. So I didn't have as much time as I usually do. So when I have that kind of time, I don't really do things that are creative. I don't start editing videos. I don't look for music for the videos. I don't do stuff like that, because I don't want my creative energy to be blocked by a screaming 2-year-old coming in here. Well, she doesn't scream when she wakes up. Sorry, baby. I know you don't scream. I love you. So I do things that are more like less energy based. So I'm like drafting emails, look at different, you know, video ideas. I do all these different things that don't really take a lot of energy, because I'm trying to protect that creative flowing energy when I'm in that moment, because it's difficult, you know, when the kids kind of break that, because I find myself getting frustrated because I'm kind of in that zone. You know, like when you in the game, you know what I'm saying? You about to make a play, you about to get a pick or hit somebody, you in the zone, and then your coach yell at you, and then he just throw off your vibe, you know what I'm saying? That's what my kids are now. My kids are like that nagging coach. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta just, all that to say, I gotta protect my creative flow energy. So I'll do these type of things until I feel accomplished, or until Maddie comes in here and she's ready to rock and roll. But this morning, I beat her to the punch. And I was able to gracefully just be done with my work in the morning, go into the kitchen and get me and Maddie's little morning routine started, which is probably my favorite time of the morning. Pour this in there. Good job. Here you go.
Yeah, we get egg first.
Okay.
Now we have to do it for me.
Okay, stir.
All done?
All done? Should we put it on the fire now? Should I flip it?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Hooray!
Yay! Daddy did it!
Got an egg.
You got an egg?
Yeah.
You want to crack it?
Yes.
Well,
I did it.
okay. Good job.
Thank you.
You get in the living room. I'll bring you some orange juice, okay?
Okay.
Say good morning.
Good morning.
What are you about to go do?
Gonna go work.
That's pretty much my morning routine. And after the kids, specifically Maddie, kind of figure out what she wants to do, whether she wants to color or paint or do problems or she wants to do, drills. I kind of have to like filter my energy around her because she's kind of the leader right now because I have to cater to her. I can't be somebody, what I'm saying, who'll have like this strict schedule of like you're doing this and doing that and doing this because she's only 2. You know what I'm saying? And like I've realized that it doesn't work. And I think me being coached all my life, I kind of started parenting my kids that way. And we pick up these different parenting styles from our kids, from our parents and from, coaches and teachers and all these things. And I've been kind of finding my rhythm on how I want to parent my kids. And that takes some time. And in the mornings is where it's always super hectic for me, being, an entrepreneur, staying at home. Charlotte's doing her work at home. It's just a lot. And I've had to figure out a way to get in a healthy spot. And I've gotten there. Now, although, sometimes the mornings don't go as well, Lula, sometimes she loses it, Maddie loses it, and she's super bossy. And I'm trying to figure out this whole morning routine life. And I kind of just take it, day by day. There's no like super structure. Now I have a skeleton of things where I know I wake up, my body wakes up, I do my thing, but I'm taking care of my health in a way that I think my health needs to be taken care of, and that's by Oopah Yoga. Another thing that has really helped me with my mental health is I've realized that I don't like a messy house. I don't like it to be dirty and cluttered, kids' toys everywhere, food on the ground from feeding the kids. If I just stop being, lazy and just clean up the mess right after, that has helped me tremendously. Now I know it's super hard because you're dealing with the kids and whatever, but I've learned just clean it up. Just hurry up, sweep up the eggs, put the toys away, put the crayons away, and the space is clean. And I'm telling you, that has like completely changed the game for me. Not waiting for the late afternoon or waiting for the nighttime to clean up, because by then I'm tired and I don't want to clean, and I wake up the next morning and it's dirty. You know what I'm saying? So just do those things, like just clean up right away. I know a lot of people's jobs require them to go out into the world and work. But right now we're quarantined, we're kind of getting released from quarantine. And if you're at home, I'm telling you, these little tips, cleaning up after, the mess has happened and just getting it done has been a huge mental, freedom for me. So I hope you enjoyed my morning routine, FAMBAM. I hope you can pull some things from here and get some tips for little things that I do to hopefully get some better mental clarity, better physical health, better just health all around, because it has truly transformed my life. So again, I hope you enjoyed. Hope you have a great night, and much love, and until next time.